Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. I'm here to be talking about Survivor 45. Now, this is the brand new season of the long-running reality show Survivor, which this season just finished. Its finale was just like a day ago or so. So just know that this video is going to contain massive spoilers because it's basically impossible to talk about a season of a show like Survivor without really diving into the nitty-gritty. So I'm just going to go over my thoughts and some big moments that I want to give a shout out to throughout, and let's just get right into it. So this season is the newest season in this new era of Survivor where it's still 26 days and it's really similar in a lot of ways to the past 4 seasons of this new era, being from season 41 to 44. But what made this one different in a lot of great ways, for me at least, was it brought back more of what we love about Survivor. For one, they brought back the intro, which I thought was an excellent intro. I've listened to this thing so many times, and it's one of my it's low key. It's one of my favorite moments of watching Survivor because it gets you pumped. It shows the entire cast. It gets you like, let's go. We're excited, and I'm so happy they brought this back. And another thing that they brought back was the Survivor auction, which has been a long staple of the show for a while now. And unfortunately, after season 30, Survivor Worlds Apart, that was the last time we saw it back in 2015. So it was a long time coming, but they were finally brought this auction back, and it was great. And another thing that's different with this season is the length. So this was the first time that Survivor throughout the full season was 90 minutes, which basically, taking out ads, each episode, instead of it being around 42 minutes or whatever, it was at least an hour or a little over an hour per episode, which I thought overall was fantastic because it really gave more time to flesh out more of the characters and really have it be more level playing field on who you think will win, because a lot of characters got good development, great content, but there were still a couple that did get shafted, not enough content there, which was, really unfortunate to see. But also it just made it more obvious that they weren't getting a lot of content in the earlier episodes. They probably won't win because you would want to give content to your winners, but that was a little nitpick of mine. And there were some stuff in some of the episodes that they, kind of felt like I personally think they had to put in to pad out the runtime. But besides all that, the addition of extra time and knowing that Survivor 46 has also been given the green lit to do it as well is fantastic. And I really do think it's better for the show to give us more of that time to flesh out what goes on, while they're out there. And another thing I really have to say, which always makes it or breaks it with a season of Survivor, is the cast. Now, this cast understood the assignment and they nailed it, because without a couple duds, which I'll get into in a second, this cast was great. There was lots of fun moments there, some genuinely fantastic gameplay, and just the ending of the season, like, it was satisfying. You sat through this and there was a satisfying outcome. It did become a bit predictable as we got towards the home stretch, but the cast understood the assignment 100%, and for the most part, they were all great. The main one that a lot of people talked about, especially in the pre-merge, is the Lulu tribe. Easily the worst, it has to be in the conversation for one of the worst tribes in Survivor history. You had Brandon, who seems like a nice guy and all, but he was horrific in everything. From challenge capabilities, yes, he could not climb a ladder. From that to, there was this comparison that he was similar to, like, a Jacob Derwin, who was this one contestant who was from Survivor Ghost Islands, who was also horrifically bad. But I really think that poor Brandon here, he was just worse in a lot of ways. You can, he was one of those fans that you thought probably should not have gone out there. And I don't want to be mean. I don't want to say that because I'm happy that he got that chance. He's a huge fan and all that. But it was just really painful to watch. And I felt bad for him. and that's never a good thing to feel bad for people going out there. I will give him credit. He didn't quit like these two here. Yes, these two here, which you see the little tweet there, they both quit for crazy reasons. Now, Hannah, who I thought would be the worst contestant here, but we'll get to Sean in a second, but Hannah literally quit on day 3 because she missed her vape. Yes, a psychologist, someone that's supposed to help people through their problems and troubles, quit at the first sign of trouble and problems for a vape. And it was insane to see happen, but it was a blessing because Emily, who would have been voted out there from all accounts of that tribal, turned out to, survive and make it pretty far. And she had one of the biggest turnarounds I've ever seen from a character, where she started out being really aggressive and mean for not only Bruce, but like her own tribe. And it was just so weird and made no sense. And you just see her turn around and really learn and grow as a person throughout. It was just fantastic to see her development, and she was just a terrific casting choice for sure, like among a lot of these people, but great casting for Emily. And it was thanks to Hannah quitting, so I will give her props for that. But Sean, his quit is more frustrating because Lulu just kept losing, as the Lulu losers, as I like to call them. And it basically, the third boot was Sabaya, who I was getting huge winner equity. I thought that she was going to go deep. I thought that she had a good chance at winning because of the content we got from her in these first couple episodes, which is why the 90 minutes is crucial and really great, because it really keeps you on the edge of your seat on, who's going to maybe win, because she got, in 3 episodes, she got over 20 confessionals from what I saw. And that is unprecedented, I think, in that early of a boot. It was great. And she had a lot of game savvy. She was very smart. And she just, she just got unlucky. And Sean, who the very next tribal, they tribe swapped them. He basically quits. He asked the people on his new tribe swap to vote him out. And he could have easily done that the previous one, and Sabaya would not have gone home. So his quit was more annoying because he, as Jeff was saying in his On the Fire podcast, he romanticized it. He made it about, the love of his husband and made it all about him. And it was just so aggravating to watch. And I was so happy that he walked. I was happy he got voted out. But besides those 3 horrific casting choices of Brandon, Sean, and Hannah, awful casting choices, the rest of the cast was really good. Although some of them were kind of purpled. Like J. Maya didn't really get that much content there. And her main arc, along with, Kelly, she did get a lot of great content, led to one of the best moments, at least one of the best revenge arcs, I would say, which was the sandwich revenge arc. Yes, you see there, I had a hit tweet. You had Austin and Kelly and J. Maya go on this journey to either get sandwiches or an amulet, which basically incentivizes you to turn on each other to get more power in the game. Austin didn't want to do that, which is the smart move, because he thought it would put a bigger target on his back, and he just wanted to play it cool. The 2 other girls wanted to go for it, of course. They wanted to go for the amulet, and in turn, that basically told Austin, all right, since I didn't get my sandwich, you guys are going home now in revenge. And that's exactly what he did, and it was a great moment. There's moments like that in this season. Like, for example, the main one that was really annoying, because I just felt it was really unfair for Bruce, was the Katurah versus Bruce rivalry, where it just baffled me that you bring Bruce back after 44, because he got medically evacuated so early, and it was supposed to be like a triumphant, good for you, Bruce, but the whole season was just, basically crapping on the poor dude. And I thought, from what I saw, like, maybe I'm just crazy, but I thought he was great. He didn't there were some moments that were a bit like, okay, I could see him rubbing people the wrong way, but the edit kind of went out of its way to make you hate this guy for, like, no reason, in my opinion. And, of course, there's Katurah, who, her whole arc was basically getting him out, and she did so much damage to everyone that wasn't the Rebel 4, it baffled me. From the vote out of Caleb, which if they would have kept Caleb, who would have been a bigger threat for all of them going forward, she could have returned the game around if she went with Jake and Caleb to vote out one of the Reba 4 before they really had traction in the game. And then besides that, just at the finale, we saw she switched her vote, even though she made Jake swear on his Nana to frickin', vote out D. She switches it. D wins final immunity because D survived that vote, puts Katurah in fire against Jake, and then she goes home. So she basically screwed herself and screwed Jake. And Katurah kept doing this where, like, she's nice and all, and I don't mean to bash on her, but it's just a lot of the players this season were kind of passive, which led to Reba gaining so much control and power, the Reba 4, with Emily as a plus. And, that's great for them. They had success. I'm happy for them, obviously. Team Red all the way. But it was just kind of frustrating on like a viewership perspective to see the underdogs, because I'm an underdog guy. Jake, he was my favorite all season. I loved his story. It broke my heart seeing him constantly be put down the way he was over and over again, like Charlie Brown, as people have been saying. But you gotta respect the winners, especially D. She did one of the best games I think I've seen in Survivor, from a social perspective, physical, and just strategic. Just all around a fantastic player, and this was an end to a great season. It did a lot right, even though I'm still annoyed about the 26 days. Some of the casting choices, like those 3 I mentioned, were really aggravating. But they did enough there, bringing back the intro, the auction, and just they tweaked up a bit of stuff, and the 90-minute runtime makes this an all-time great season. And with all that said, those were all my thoughts on Survivor 45. Yes, I really wasn't expecting, like, I was re-debating on it, but the stars aligned so much with this season, and even though I had a couple issues, it's a season I definitely feel like I'm going to rewatch over and over again. And I have to give it its flowers. It did so much right. I can excuse a bit of the annoyances I had with it. But then again, thank you all so much for watching this video. It means so much that you all checked it out. And as you can tell, I was just so ecstatic. When Survivor's at its best, it's really at its best. It was just a terrific season all around. Again, thank you all so much for watching. It means so much to me. If you want to hit the bell as well to get notified when I upload, that would be great. And you want to comment down below, let me know. Did you think this was an all-time great season? Were you a bit disappointed or think it was overrated? Or did you just not like it? Again, let me know down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye!